Hey YouTubers, it's Charlie. This is going to be my Flash Episode 3 video. A lot of groundwork being laid for Legends of Tomorrow that we'll talk about once we get to spoilers. So actually, I'll just go ahead and say that now. Careful for spoilers if you haven't seen the episode yet. What we'll do is just start with top 5 moments, then I'll explain. There are some Easter eggs for Smallville in this episode, which you may have picked up on just because some of the actors in it were also in Smallville. And new round of the Reverse Flash Ring giveaway starts now. All you have to do to enter is be a subscriber and leave a comment on this video. So here we go, starting with number 5, meet Captain Cold and Golden Glider's father, played by Michael Ironside. So in the context of the TV show, he's an actual person, like they bring him on. In the comics, usually the characters are much older, so their father is estranged, like he's a non-issue, he's just floating around somewhere in the ether, or he's dead. The TV show version of the character, very true to the spirit of the comic book father. It's his job to humanize Captain Cold, laying groundwork for Legends of Tomorrow for him to be this anti-hero, because as we've seen him before, he's really closer to being a villain. Now they change things in the comics all the time. During the New 52 though, Golden Glider is very much a rogue. She's every bit as evil as Captain Cold. Alright, evil is a relative term, but she's as much of an antagonist as he is. In this episode, she actually seems very genuine, but do not be surprised if she totally pulls the rug out from under Cisco. Actually, on to my number 4. Cisco and Golden Glider is now the most interesting relationship on The Flash. And even though it's not like an actual relationship, a lot of moments between characters are non-verbal moments. So like the way she touches him, the way he looks at her, the way he rushes in to try and save her before they mess things up in the lab and set the bomb off accidentally. If you're not a big fan of this relationship stuff, don't worry, they're not gonna beat you over the face with it. It's not gonna be a big thing because Lisa Snart isn't gonna be in every single episode. But I just feel like there's somewhere that Cisco has like a secret picture of her. Like, he had that picture that he got of him in the Canary last season. He's like a super fanboy for everybody. I feel like he also has a secret picture of Golden Glider in his wallet. As awesome as the Captain Cold scenes were this week, especially with Michael Ironside being so amazing at being such a vicious character, I feel like the scenes with Cisco and Golden Glider were way more fun. And who else is noticing the theme of guns when we have rogue episodes? Like, what is it about you and guns, Cisco? You should see my Nerf collection. And like anytime Captain Cold or the rogues are in an episode, gun technology is a big thing visually. A big part of her conversations with Cisco about having a bad father, Leonard taking care of her, also kind of bleeds into the other storylines too. Like Barry talking to Joe about, look how I turned out. I turned out this way because you raised me. Things could have gone very differently. So like, Captain Cold probably would not have been a villain if his dad wouldn't have been so awful. But you can change that. You can make different choices. You don't have to be defined by your past. You see how they're laying groundwork for a big reveal. I think that Zoom's character is going to tie into this theme too. But the biggest thing in this episode is really just setting Captain Cold up to be a hero when Legends of Tomorrow starts. So that is like the bigger storyline than the Zoom storyline. It's just that big themes in episodes apply to all the characters in all the storylines. So of course, on to number 3, Joe tells Iris that her mother is still alive. This is actually a pretty shocking reveal. Her mother, Francine, was a drug addict. Joe sent her to rehab after she OD'd, one of many times that she had problems with drugs. Like, just the last time that he sent her to rehab, she took off and just disappeared. So that explains a lot of Joe's scenes with Francine. Like, what are you doing back here? You don't deserve to be in Iris's life. This is basically going to be Iris's big season-long story arc, healing her family. Season 1 was about Barry trying to heal his family, get his father out of prison, save his mother's life. Season 2 going to be all about fixing Iris's family, which don't you feel like throws some more fuel on the fire that is the theory that Zoom is a West, either like a Joe West or he's Wally West. I'd really rather he be Wally West because it's like, Barry being the child is like, I want to fix my broken family. Wouldn't it be amazing if Wally West had the same thought, but he didn't have the same type of parenting that Barry had, so he turned out bad. Like, instead of becoming a hero, he became a villain. That's just a theory we'll have to put on the shelf. We still don't have enough evidence yet. We haven't got our Wally West reveal, but we did get some foreshadowing at the beginning of the episode. This scene where Barry is messing with the beaker when Iris calls him and he spills it. If you've never read the original Barry Allen Silver Age comics, Wally West was Kid Flash. So what they did is they had Wally go to Barry's lab where Barry got his powers originally, with the chemical spilling and getting struck by lightning. And Wally West was involved in the exact same time of accident and became Kid Flash. He wore a costume just like Barry's at first, until they changed it and made it yellow. And then he only started wearing the red costume again after a Crisis on Infinite Earths, after he'd grown up and he took the mantle of the Flash. What they've said about Wally West on the TV show now, I mean, we haven't seen him yet, obviously, in an episode, but they've been referring to him as Kid Flash. So he will be younger than Grant Gustin on the show, but I don't know how young he'll be because the actor playing him isn't that much younger than Grant Gustin in real life. But speaking of Earth 2, on to number 2. Jay Garrick is ready to go home now using the speed cannon. What a catchy name for the Earth 2 portal. So the funny thing here is just like the parallel storyline that he and Caitlin have with Barry and Patty. So, they have like that awkward meet cute moment where Caitlin's stalling to get Jay Garrick to stick around longer. You guys can let me know, like, who do you think has more chemistry at this point? Do you think that Barry and Patty, who are just like dork twins, or do you think that Caitlin and Jay, who have slightly more traditional personalities? When the actor that plays Jay Garrick was talking about his character, like becoming Jay Garrick, he was like, I'm trying to bring this old world sensibility to the character from the comics, even though on the TV show, he's a much younger character. Like, he's someone in his like maybe early 30s. So whenever they do these like relationshipy scenes, most of the awkward humor is going to come from Caitlin's character with Jay Garrick, and then Barry and Patty just kind of take that awkward dork energy to hyperspeed. But finally, onto my number 1 WTF, Martin Stein flips out and gets ready to fuse a new Firestorm Matrix with the Jay Jackson character, and Harrison Wells of Earth 2 comes through the portal. Let's go with Firestorm version 2 first. That's going to be the next episode. It's pretty self-explanatory. They find a match for the Firestorm Matrix, someone that's compatible, so that then they fuse, and it helps keep Martin Stein from dying. We can talk most about that next week. So next week will be a heavy Firestorm episode. But Harrison Wells from Earth 2. I saw a lot of you guys freaking out about this on Twitter. So here's the deal. The look on his face here, yeah, it looks a little bit evil, but Earth 2 Harrison Wells isn't going to be the exact same character as Harrison Wells from Earth 1, the Reverse Flash Harrison Wells. He will be working with the characters. Tom Cavanaugh is a series regular. He's going to be in most of the episodes this season, but he is just like a super asshole character. He's not evil, he's just a super big dick. Part of that, I think, is to make Martin Stein seem more likable, because right now he's really short with people. He's just not quite as friendly as some of the other characters at Star Labs. And I feel like Tom Cavanaugh, the actor in real life, does much better when he's playing characters that can be somewhat unlikable. He does a really good job of making unlikable characters seem really likable. That's one of the hardest things to do as an actor. Like, you're playing a character that's really unpleasant, but your job is to make the audience love you. I think you guys are really going to like the character this season. Tom Cavanaugh is awesome. He's even more awesome when he gets to be like a little bit evil without actually being evil. Let me know in the comments though, how far out do you think we are from a Wally West reveal? I feel like Iris's mother is going to be like, okay, I was away for 20 years. While I was away, I also had this other child. He'll just show up in town and then Iris will have to deal with him. Like, okay, I don't know who you are, but you're part of our family now. Iris just seems like the type of person who would be really quick to bring people into the family, even though she will have her WTF moment. WTF is this brother I didn't know I had. Just to explain the really big Smallville Easter egg, they had like a really awesome Smallville joke in the episode. When Barry's introducing himself to Michael Ironside, he says, my name is Sam. That's an homage to Michael Ironside, who on Smallville played General Sam Lane, Lois Lane's father, and Lucy Lane's father, who was played by Peyton List, who is Golden Glider on the TV show. So Michael Ironside was her father on Smallville, he's her father on this show now too. Both very terrible dads. If you guys didn't see it, I named the Reverse Flash Ring giveaway winner from last week in my Star Wars trailer video. So just rewatch that video if you haven't already. I'll put a link in the description. It's just that I'm moving to a new apartment this week and there was so much Star Wars stuff, so I wasn't able to get the Q&A video out. So hopefully that will not be the case this week. But I will be posting a new Gotham video from this week and new Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., but they'll just be a little bit later this week than normal. Don't worry, still posting all the regular stuff. And I will do like a room tour video of my new apartment, like once I actually get furniture in there. While you guys wait for everything, you can click here to watch the Star Wars trailer again like 15 more billion times. And you can click here for all my Flash and Arrow videos. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Let's high five. I'll see you guys tonight.